Hey guys, Mike the Vike here, back for yet another video. Today we're doing another base tour video. I actually got a lot of feedback on this series. I think I noticed a couple common things. Firstly, they wanted me to start recording these on the regular days but don't upload them until afterwards so that people don't see where the loot is. I think that's a very fair point. And then they also wanted some more cinematic shots, just a little bit less movement and me like crazily moving around. I understand that too. And then they also wanted a little bit more logic. I guess that's okay about why things are the way they are. I'll try to do that. So this is the first example base that I have. So the reason I'm showing off this base is simply because it's massive and it's sort of like a town in itself. Very impressive. They got all the walls around it and it's just crazy big. And I guess the reason behind making a base like this would be to spread out the loot. So that instead of having one main massive base, which is still an effective way to do it, this way you've got a lot of little base, well I mean a lot of big bases, and yeah, it'll just be harder to raid something like this. Also, you know, if they focus, you know, resources on attacking just this base, you know, they could be shooting at them from over here, and it's just better actually to have multiple bases like this if you got a big clan. And then of course they have all their quarries. Another good choice, as you can see, and they each sort of have their own base. I'm assuming this is a clan and every clan member could probably build their own base or something like that. Most bases, you know, they're pretty just towards setting up loot. They don't try to think about how they'll defend if somebody's trying to break in through the doors. This one's pretty good. As you can see, they got doors on the outside. I'm seeing that more and more. Actually, I'm seeing double doors a lot as well, instead of the embrasures, which is interesting. I guess it's just because you get so much more access by looking down like this. You can look down anywhere, right? Next one to show off is the 2STK clan. I think they were in the last one. And, ooh, they got just guys chilling on the top here as well. Oh, is it FG? Maybe FG and 2STK are together? Or wait, I don't even know. Maybe it's FG. Anyways, one way or another, this is a cool base. The reason I point this one out in particular is because they got these cool little, like, I don't know what you call them. Like, it's a bit of a castle setup where, there's like these little towers going on the outside. They got these windows situations going on, and it's just very practical, again, for defense. This is something really popular on this server because a lot of raids happen on here that I just miss most of the time because no one tells me when they're happening, or I'm away. You know, I'd be down to, like, I don't know, raid cam or something, but it just never happens. Anyways, cool base, mostly because of these cool tower things on the outside. You can see how it's set up here. I'm gonna assume that these are all the same clan. I mean, honestly, there's an awful lot of bases around here. It's hard to tell which actually belongs to them. I'm gonna say this one belongs to them too. And, 2STK Rome? What? Okay, maybe these clans are all allied one way or another. Okay, we're just showing off all these bases. Oh, that is really cool. So, this is again kind of another defense setup. Once again, I like to see that they're using defensive things, and they're actually using the tools made in the game. They're not doing some other thing like putting doors up. They got the wonderful sandbags set up, which I think is cool. And then they also got the floor grills underneath, which just came in like last week. Oh, they even have a hatch? Oh, so you can jump down there. That is actually so sneaky. And obviously the purpose of this, I think, is also, one, just to see if somebody's down there. And then maybe they made it so you can shoot down these. You know, when I tried shooting through them, I didn't have any success. But maybe I'm just dumb. Regardless, nice to see that these are integrated. And it would obviously be an advantage to see below you, for sure. So there's just another example of a well-designed base, I guess. They, of course, got the stone walls. They're a little less spammy this time. They're sort of a little bit more organized, which I do appreciate. The next bunch of bases I'm going to show off are from the TK clan. Now, they're sort of following a similar idea from the SWAT guys in that they're keeping all their stuff very spread out. I'm assuming, once again, that each person sort of gets their own base to mess around with. However, these guys sort of extended the idea because their bases are spread out everywhere and they basically own this entire valley. Huge advantage to this is that once again, if somebody's getting raided, people can call in support, and they can kind of do like a little counter thing, and instead of the raiders focusing their bullets just on the main base, they're gonna have to be worrying about behind them, in front of them, above them, below them, everywhere, right? Whereas, it just keeps things a little bit more intense on the raiders and keeps them on their toes. This looks like something else here. Very set up for defense. They've got the shutters implemented. Another little tower. I like these towers. I'm assuming, once again, these are for defense. Kind of like sniper towers. I'm assuming they've probably got sleeping bags in here, or set homes, so that they can just, at all times, if somebody's in their valley, they basically own the whole valley. This whole area here, I would say, is theirs, from what I can tell. And they get access to the rad town, which obviously helps. Another little base here. Oh, somebody was looking to try to raid them, I think. Maybe they were successful, I'm not sure. Got a grow up in there. Always like those. Oh, maybe this got raided. It's hard to know, but once again, I don't think all of them were raided. Maybe? Oh, that one doesn't look in good shape, actually. Well, honestly, now I'm a little concerned that these guys all got raided, which would kind of defeat the purpose of their whole setup, but hopefully they didn't. I'm going to assume the best. Still worth showing off. I think it's very impressive, once again. I don't know why they chose to put a wood wall up. Interesting decision. I would have opted for stone. Next base to show off is the Area 51 clan. That's a pretty long clan name, but whatever. This one is just ridiculous because, I've seen the occasional wall in my time, but this one is a bit bigger than I've seen before. But I think that a big difference here is that instead of just doing one wall, right, one layer of walls, they've got like, what, I don't know, 4? Looks like 3 or 4 going on here. They got little foundation things, or with the tool cupboards in there. And, I would imagine this took an awful lot of time to set up. I guess the big advantage here would be that it's going to be awfully hard for somebody to get even close to into their base. And since they got the tool cupboard thing set up, hopefully no one can just build a, little base thing and then build up and jump over. I sure hope not. I mean, I guess you could do... No, you couldn't even place ladders. That's the biggest advantage here. And then if somebody is trying to break in, they're very forced, right, to go... Kind of like doors, I guess. If they start blowing through one area, then the defenders can focus strictly on that area instead of, probably from all areas, right? That's the main advantage of a wall. This one, I'm not sure who owns this one, but I couldn't not show this one off. It looks very cool. It's a water base, firstly, so the big advantage here is that people are a little bit slower in water, and then at some points they'll just be unable to shoot. Big advantage there. But, I like the design a lot. I think it's extremely unique. I like these little... I don't even know what they are. Some could say this looks like an airplane rotor, or like a gear, or, I don't know, some sort of turbine, or something amazing one way or another. Let's just see where his loot is, actually. I'm going to say it's probably in the middle. Oh, that's so cool. He's got like a honeycomb set up, I guess. And, yeah, he can shoot from above. It'd be cool if he integrated the see-through floors so you could see where people were. That would be smart. Another layer here. Oh, this one's all water. That's another big thing. Oh, it looks like he set up spots where you can shoot down. Are these gates? They are gates. That's really smart. And looks like we got honeycomb here. Lots of honeycomb. If you don't know what that is, basically it's a lot of these little floor triangle things. Just makes it harder to get in. It takes more C4, but you have less space to store stuff. Tons of honeycomb. I couldn't even find his loot room. Yeah, there's an example of the honeycomb. You can see it here on the top, just all these triangles. And then it looks like loot is sort of sprinkled about. Oh, here we go. This is this loot room here. Wow, they have an AFK zone. Interesting. Plenty of boxes and storage for loot. Oh, that's new. I've never seen that before. Well, what the heck? Alright, hopefully that's not used for something bad. I don't know, that doesn't look good. What the heck? Is my game just broken or what? But that seems unusual. Okay, I'm not sure whose base this is. I'm showing it because instead of just doing a wall strictly with the stone walls, like the things that they're supposed to use, they just focused on an insane, like, just a regular wall, which is crazy. I've never seen something like this, really. That's a bigger, greater wall than the other one. I guess the main advantage here is that you cannot, I think it'd be very hard to try to do the base thing where they build up and get through there. This would be a lot harder to break into than just the stone walls, where I have seen people successfully break through. I just love that wall. That's what I'm showing this one off. Not sure. Oh my, I'm not sure whose clan this. Oh. They got some very interesting signs going on. I'll just, not talk about those too much. Yeah, that's all I got to show off on this one. Just that wall is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so that's going to be another week, I guess, of the Rust base tours. Tried to focus a little bit more on what you guys wanted. Once again, still a very experimental series. A lot of things could change. I don't know if this is going to be a weekly thing, or bi-weekly, or I don't know, monthly, or maybe just whenever I see a really cool base instead of just like pretty cool, you know what I mean? Like increase like the standards of the bases, but then the episodes wouldn't be as frequent, and I probably would get lazy then. I really like having things on a schedule, like the Rust updates I love, because it forces me to kind of stay consistent, if you know what I mean. So if I can like mentally just be like, okay, I will record a base tours once a week, it helps me a lot. But once again, tell me your thoughts on the series. If you thought it was garbage, tell me why. Try to provide some feedback. I love feedback always. Once again, that's all I got for this week. If you enjoyed the series, please leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.